Only look at the next step. Yeah. How many of you have been working so hard trying to accomplish something and you get so overwhelmed so quickly and so easily because it just looks like impossible to do? The reason is you're trying to look at everything at one time. So if you really take this and back it up and just take it, look at the next step. Yeah, you have to have the vision, the goal of where do you want to get to. But if you only look at what is this next step you need to take, so your brain gets so overwhelmed with this whole thing and it looks way too big. Trust me, I know. I've done that way too often. People call it ADHD and all that. When it really is just your inability to control your thoughts or your focus. Guys, it's really not that hard. Is we got to break things down into smaller chunks. And when you focus on the next step, it's not overwhelming. So, what you want to write out is number one, start at the top, write out the end goal. What is it that you really want to accomplish? Now, write out, break that into some segments, break it into at least 4 different steps. Now, what you want to do is here's the key: when you write something out, it relieves your brain of holding space or trying to keep it in, in focus. You wrote it out and your brain's relieved, like, hey, we're not going to forget this. There it is. It's done. Now, writing is very critical to accomplish this because if you don't write it down, you're trying to put it in another part of your brain. No, your brain is one part. There's no other part of your brain. So your brain is going to try to juggle that with what you're currently doing, trying to make sure you don't forget it. But when you write it down, your brain's like, hey, it's there. It's in the part of the steps. I don't need to try and keep juggling with this. Now, yeah, at least 4 steps, and some bigger projects are going to be many, many more steps. But whatever you're working on, so if you want to clean, let's just say your goal is to clean the house. So you have the upstairs, you have the bedrooms, you have the bathroom, you have the downstairs, you have the living room, the kitchen, the dining room, and if you want to get so far as even the garage. If you if you look at this whole thing as a whole, it gets like overwhelming. But write down upstairs, bedroom one, bedroom two, bedroom three, bathroom, downstairs, living room, kitchen, bathroom, dining room, basement, garage. Write all these down as an individual part. Now, when you go into the bedroom, you can break it down even more. Vacuum, dusting, making the beds, straightening things out in the dresser, cleaning the closet. Now, when you make these subcategories of your categories, you go and do that one thing. Look at the next step. Now, instead of trying to remember that you want to get all this done, your brain is more relieved. Now, this works even better on bigger projects that are harder to do, that there's more involved and it's not as easy as cleaning your house. I'm not saying that sometimes it's not easy to clean the house, but when the bigger projects have a lot more complex parts in them, is your brain can now focus on that one part because you're not trying to hold that space of trying not to forget that other part. And here's the other key, guys, to getting anything done is just start. So when you break your projects down into small steps, look at that one thing, take that one step, but the key is just start. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have everything in place. And that's why it's so critical to write it down so that you can start on one thing. Beginning is half done. It is harder to get started than it is to move from the next step after you got started. So, guys, if you like this, don't forget to subscribe. And I'm planning to put a lot more videos out about mindset and behavior. Looking forward to catching you in the next one.